Good evening, everyone. Uh, Today's topic, what we have, is about resilience and empathy. Many of us know that today there is a situation which is going on, and in this situation there are a lot of talk which is happening. People are talking about empathy. People are talking about resilience. They're talking about compassion. It's all a quality in a relationship what we have. It's not about a quantity of the skill or the quality what we have. It's a matter of emotional understanding, or you can say an emotional resilience. So all these things put together will help a person, and also it will help an individual to learn and go further along in their career path. Now, in today's talk show, we have our two very special guests. You all know we have come before as well. One is our very famous professor, and a very, you can say, a beloved a speaker who we love to hear always. And we have another person who is a coach, who is a happiness entrepreneur, happypreneur, you can say. uh, and she's authored a book also. Now I would like to call both of us for you, Suparna Ghoshal, and we have Khushi Jain. Hello, both of you.
Hello,
Hi,
good evening.
Good
good
evening.
evening, ladies and gentlemen.
I hope you had a nice whole weekend. I mean, from the start in the morning and till now.
Weekend ही चल
Today,
रहा है.
exactly. So, as we are here to discuss about resilience and empathy, now today's world, as I was telling, that it is something about emotional understanding of a person. It's about emotional quality which anyone would have it, in terms of understanding what is that person undergoing, or what is that person actually having a problem, or if it is something which is really which we can't even understand. So in our day-to-day life, I just want to understand how important is resilience and empathy, or is it like something different? Both the things are different, or is it one same thing? What do you say, Suparna?
You are asking whether resilience and empathy are two different things or not.
Two different things, yes.
They're absolutely different, totally different. In the sense that empathy is a quality where you can put yourself in somebody else's shoe, aram se. You know, you can perceive, you can understand, you can feel the other person's thoughts, the other person's helplessness, the other person's happiness, the other person's troubles in life, whatever you want to say. But you then stand in somebody else's shoe. Okay?
Yeah.
You try and perceive the whole thing as if it is yours. Then you are empathetic. There is a big difference between empathy and sympathy. Sympathy is you're taking pity on a person. कि यार बेचारा इसको ऐसे कैसे हो गया? You know, that is sympathy. Empathy is, hey, I'm listening to you. बोलो ना क्या हुआ? You know, two different approaches of the mind, two different body languages, two different tonality of voice, and two different mindsets. एक है बेचारा, दूसरा है यार बोल जरा, राइट? तो सिंपैथी एंड एम्पैथी में बहुत डिफरेंस है. नाउ एम्पैथी एंड रेजिलियंस एम्पैथी के बहुत बहुत ऊपर है. रेजिलियंस एक ऐसी चीज है विच इज पॉसिबल only when we have a positive outlook in our lives, a very, very positive outlook in our lives. That positivity gives you the energy, gives you the understanding, gives you to move out of the drama and think, what should I do now? There is a conflict which is happening, or you have lost a job, or you have not got a promotion. You have to move out of it like a mature individual, like a mature thinking. Though in between two friends there is a difference of opinion, मनमानी छोटी सी बात पे हो जाती है, then what do? You have to remove yourselves from that, think from it from a third perspective, and then jump back. Resilience requires tremendous amount of positive thought process. Here you are not listening to the other person. You're not thinking, you're thinking about yourself. Resilience is for me. Empathy is for others. Very, very big difference. Right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So in if I say this in one word, it is like ability to influence people, and it is also it's like deal situations very easily, or understand someone's problem, and you're able to gel with them, and able to give solution to it. Is it right?
I will agree to your entire what you have put as a gist, except for the word influence. You
Okay.
do not influence anybody. There is no need to influence. When you are empathetic, you are actually a friend. There is no need for you to influence. If I and you are friends, Rahil, do I need to influence you? I will accept what Rahil is telling because Rahil is a friend. I will accept what Khushi is telling because I have crossed all those judgmental paths. खत्म हो गए. Judgmental path खत्म होने के बाद I have come to a platform where I am comfortable talking to both of you online. Absolutely comfortable, right? So when I come to that level, then there is no question of my influencing. If today Rahil says, Suparna, shut up, time is over, I will take it in a very positive note. I cannot feel bad, right? So the word influence does not work either in empathy or in resilience. It is your understanding, your perception, your mindset. No need to influence. अगर आप influence कर रहे हो तो हम third party से influence होते हैं जिन्हें हम नहीं जानते. अरे वाह ये आदमी कितना अच्छा बोल गया. You get my point?
True.
That is influencing. But empathy and resilience is something which is very near and dear to us.
Very true. So
I would like to put some lines.
Yes.
So according to me, basically, resilience is when you bounce back. I would call resilience as bouncing back, as being adaptable to changes that are happening in your life. Because resilience is something which is inside you and which you have to do for yourself. You're not doing it for anybody else. You're doing it for yourself to be mentally strong, to be able to cope with situations, basically. So there are 4 things to resilience according to me. One would be coping with the situations, how you deal with your circumstances to adversity, to be adaptable. Second is grit. Resilient people do not give up easily. They have a totally a different attitude towards things. They have their attitude of focusing on their goals and going ahead with a never give up attitude. And thirdly, it's emotional intelligence. Like we spoke, it's about how you deal with your strengths, your weaknesses, managing your emotions, how you, analyze yourself, analyze your emotions, about that, and about making sense, in the sense that problem solving capacity of a person, how you can make sense, how you can learn from your mistakes, how you can, conflict management, like Suparna said, how you can do all these things. These things come under resilience. And empathizing is very beautifully told by Suparna, is when you understand that person, when you understand his feelings, when you put yourself into his shoe and you say that, I understand your problem. And most of the times a person could be empathetic, most of the times could be empathetic if you as a person have gone through that similar situation in your life. He would be more empathetic towards that situation, towards a person. So empathy is something you give to others. Resilience is something you should have. It is within you and you should inculcate the habit of being resilient. So that is the difference between resilience and empathy, and it's of utmost importance as of today, because it helps a lot of things in our life. As you said, corporate world, there are actually trainers who train people in the corporates who to build resilience, to be more empathetic, to be kind, to show compassion, and how they can have a lot of critical thinking by building resilience, how they can have rational thinking, how they can have conflict management, how they can solve problems. So all this is become of very much importance nowadays in this era, because it really helps people in the long run. So even as a mother, even if you're working somewhere, even if you're at home, for a child also, resilience is very, very important. He should be self motivated to do things. He should ask for help. He should learn from his mistakes. These are the things which we should inculcate in our day to day basis as a human being. So being resilient is coping up with situations, dealing with them, and being more positive, having a positive approach towards problems and towards your life.
Absolutely, that's a very, very well put, Pushi. Suparna, if I ask you, like, you are from the corporate world and you have seen so many corporates, you have worked with big giants, and you are teaching students. So, if I have to tell that, for the students which are going to go into corporate world, they are going to make their career in the corporate world. How does resilience and empathy work in the corporate world? Why is it so important for them to understand resilience and empathy?
Resilience, they have to understand like anything, because you maybe the moment like you finish an MBA, the moment you get into an MBA, your dreams multiply like anything, and you think that मुझे ये तो मिल ही जाएगा, I will get an 18 lakh per month kind of salary, and all these dreams start coming immediately. Nobody thinks in terms of 18 lakhs per year. Nobody thinks per annum. Nobody thinks. So what happens in such a situation is, when they hit the market, when they start sitting for placements, and they start getting rejected one by one by one by one, and the panel has got really valid reasons to reject them. Okay, they're not getting their dreams of 15 lakh per month, 18 lakh per month, and all those kinds. At that time, resilience helps. That is the time when they have to understand, hey, if somebody is not giving it to me, let me not get depressed. Let me not lose hope. Let me have a positive outlook. Let me talk and find out what is it because of which I'm losing out. See, IIM placements is it's a psychological warfare.
Yes,
That particular days, because I remember when we were in Ahmedabad, for a very long time, very, very long time. Ahmedabad, we had lot of friends. In fact, your Sumit Mustafi, your faculty at Kozhikode, was a student once upon a time in IIM Ahmedabad, and we were family friends. And during placements, relationships used to change in matter of seconds, in matter of minutes. Relationships which was going solid for 2 years changed just during IIM placements day. Those 1 week when people, I'm talking, let's forget the COVID times, let's forget this year, but even last year, getting placed in Google, getting placed in Alphabet, getting placed in Netflix, getting placed in Hotstar, IIMs possible. But the rest of the world, it is not possible, no. But still they are with the tag of MBA. Now here comes the problem. Here comes the problem. Okay. Then resilience has to be very, 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 very inbuilt. And it is the requirement of the parents as well as the faculty to tell them, hey, dream big, but don't lose ground. Very, very required. This is for the students I'm talking about. Think about the corporate world. Corporate world is Every 1 hour you need resilience, according to me. Every 1 hour you need that.
Absolutely.
You just have to have it. You should know what you have done, how you have performed, whether you have performed according to what has been told to you. You need to fight back politely with facts, with figures. Every hour you need to be resilient. You cannot be non-resilient at all in the corporate world. You've gone with some kind of a project report and your senior says, this is not what we asked for. And you would have poured your heart and soul into it over burning midnight oil to create that project report. And within few seconds, somebody says, hey, this is not what we asked for. You didn't understand what we tried to tell you. What do you do then? What do you do then? Let me tell you a small story. My first job of my life in the advertising world, I was taken in as a trainee copywriter. I was hardly 22, 23 years old. Okay. And the creative director gives me a brief and tells, please prepare a copy and a headline and a content for it. So I go there, I prepare it, I work it out, I go there. He looks at it, he tears it, puts it in the dustbin, tells me, please go and write again. This happens 4 times in the whole day. First day of my work. Friends, first day of my work. I am a 23-year-old with lot of dreams about advertising world. Okay. And I was working with Times of India. From there, I moved to advertising world because somebody pushes me, tells me you're good for the advertising world. And my first day, 4 times. And none of the time, this senior person of mine even looks at me. He looks at the paper, tears it, puts it in judgment, please go and do it again. Now, either you break, you crumble, you get depressed, you come home, you bicker, you fight, you create a lot of bad vibes for the organization and things like that. Or you stand up at the end of the day, a young girl like me, just about 23-year-old, when the 4th time it happened, I stood up and I said to him, excuse me, I have not been brought up with such bad manners. That was the only sentence I said to him. I was 23, I'm sure he was 55, 60. Okay. And then he looked at my face. I said, sir, I have been brought up in a particular way where a reason is given to everything. You have been tearing my papers through the day. I do not mind, but I need an explanation to that. If you can give me an explanation, I'll happy to come back to the office tomorrow. Otherwise, I can tender my resignation now. That's what I did.
Wow.
Then, that's what I did. And I told to the gentleman. And the gentleman said, you are going to throw your... And this was in what? This was in Mudra. And the gentleman said, you're going to throw your career out of your window right here. I said, koi baat nahi. I do not have any problem, but I have been brought up in a very different way where we respect people. I want to respect you, but this is not the way, sir. I'm so very sorry. I said, no problem. You don't want to give me... He said, I cannot give you any explanation. I said, fair enough. Here's my resignation. I walked out. Now, as Khushi said, you need grit to do that. You need courage to do that. You need positive outlook to do that. You need to have self-confidence to do that. Resilience in a corporate world, I learned it from day one. Day one. The more you are thrown into a negative space, the more stronger and stronger and stronger you become. Because after 3 days, the managing director called me up and he said, hey, why aren't you coming to the office? I said, I tendered my resignation. I'm so sorry. He said, no, please come back. And I said, sorry, I don't join. I've tendered my resignation. It's lying with this creative director. Please talk to him. Thank you so much. Over. I have my self-respect. I know I can grow. Now, these are some things which need to be taught to the children, taught to the students, taught to our tiny tots. We should never give them whatever they demand. Then it becomes comfortable for them. Tell them, go and do the marketing. Go. Walk down, go and get it. If it is raining, take a chhatri and go. No problem. Until unless you get it done in chota doses, it does not build in you. These are practical things that I am talking about. Bookish I can explain, doesn't help to me. But what you actually go through in your life teaches you more than anything else.
Very
yeah.
I mean, I just remember when you said this. I just remember yesterday, my daughter, she's just 5 years old, and my wife gave her milk to drink. And what happened? She had it with some biscuits and everything, and then she left the half glass of milk. And my wife said she's not drinking. I said, why she's not drinking? I mean, does she know that this milk, it's not coming free of cost? You can't throw like that. Still, my wife did not agree that, you give it to her. I said, no, do not throw this. Wait, let me talk to her. I took that glass of milk and I asked her, do you know this milk? Where it comes from? And she was like, she did not, dare to even see me also. She was like busy in watching TV, and she was like, I don't care, like that kind of a feeling she showed. Then I asked, please stop the TV, just listen to me what I'm asking you. And then she was like, I know what you're talking about. Then I said, wait, this milk, if you don't drink today, tomorrow onwards, we will not be able to get this milk, and you will not get any milk. Is that okay with you? First time she said, yes, it's okay with me. I again asked, are you okay from tomorrow onwards? You will not get this milk. Are you okay? She said, yes. Again, I asked, third time, same question. Are you sure that you don't want to drink this milk again, ever in your life? Are you going to throw this milk? She took that glass and she was like, I don't want anything else. I just want to drink milk. You can give me, I'll drink. She took that glass, she finished in 1 minute, and she gave back to me. And my wife was laughing at me. So I mean, then she was my wife, she kept quiet and she was like, good, you stopped me from throwing that milk. I said, no, you have to understand one thing. You can't, give that kind of a liberty to a kid right now at this age that you can do anything. You can't give them that liberty that you whether you want to drink or don't want to drink. If you're drinking, drink it, finish it. If you don't want to drink, then that's okay. Don't take it, don't waste it. So I was like, I just remembered my dad, and I was like, this was the same way my dad used to treat me, and they have, he has treated us that don't waste food. It is all, what you get is you have to respect it. So
Absolutely.
that is what I just remembered that incident yesterday. What happened?
Yeah.
Great. So going forward, I just wanted to understand that all of a sudden, why is this topic of being resilient, being empathetic in the corporate world, or you can say even in normal day-to-day life, why is it becoming so significant? Why is it so important right now? What do you
Khushi,
say?
you want to tell something?
Yeah.
Yeah, Khushi.
So, Rahil, these days, what I notice is that people have become very weak-hearted. उनमें शक्ति नहीं है. They don't want to accept things. Like we saw Sushant Singh's case. If he would have been resilient, if he would have had the emotional stability today, he wouldn't have taken that step, right? So in today's youth, in today's generation, we do lack this somewhere. People do not want people to interfere in their lives. They do not want to seek help. They do not want to go to people and talk to people. They're hesitant. And especially in India, people, when it comes to depression, when it comes to mental illness, it's considered a taboo. They do not want to go and talk. And so it's very important for us to nurture this kind of a quality in our children. It's very, very important. because people may, like I said, Shakti nahi rahi. They do not like, we come from an age, not we, probably Suparna, jab Sahan Shakti rehti thi, we had that. We could keep quiet. We could bounce back. But abhi people are not like that. They are not strong from here mentally. So for that, it's very important, and that's why we have trainers just on, re- uh, training people on emotional intelligence, on resilience, on building up your, all these things. Why? Because it's very important in a corporate world also, and in our day-to-day lives, to enhance productivity. It does enhance productivity. It reduces absenteeism, because when people are wanted, if they feel important, if you show empathy to a person, if you talk to a person, if you make him feel respected, of course he will like you. Of course he will not want to leave your organization. So these are all qualities which we should imbibe from now to our children also. And that is why in the I think uh, पिछले 5-6 साल से this topic, resilience, empathy, emotional quotient, emotional intelligence, इतना मतलब लोगों को they're realizing that how important it is and how it will help them in the long run. So that is my take on why it's gaining significance.
Okay. Current situation, COVID situation, pandemic across the world. If
Yes.
each one of us are in the same boat, each one of us, okay? About 70 days of lockdown and loss of billions of rupees in terms of GDP for the country. Billions and billions of rupees. That's okay. The problem is reverse migration. People have gone back. The skilled people, the laborers, the bachelors, they have all gone back to their homes, right? Fearing COVID. So in the corporate world, what has happened? Suddenly there's a vacuum which has been created. That is one part of the story. Another part of the story is in the corporate world, every person is expected today to multitask. Reason? Everything is happening online today. Everything is happening online today. Whether it is corporate meetings where, let us say, a Chandrasekhar of Tata sitting here and doing all his meetings across the world, or it is a Sajjan Mittal sitting and doing it, Sajjan Jindal, sorry, sitting and doing it all across the world with all his people, right? So what has happened is suddenly the medium online has become important. That means what has become important? Communication has become important. Content has become important. How you are going to showcase what you are doing right now has become important, right? How you are interacting online with people whom you have never seen. You are trying to portray that part of the story through a medium. So what is happening is you are now interacting with the whole world wireless, right?
Yeah.
Through the air in a medium. There is no more that situation where my boss will come and give me a pat and tell, hey, Suparna, you have done well. Or Rahil will be sent an email telling that, hey, the job is done well. Please come and meet me in my cabin, right? This is not going to happen. You are not going to have conventions. You will not have your monthly seminars. You will not have your monthly meetings where you will tell about your productivity levels, blah, blah, blah. So physical containment is totally zero, right? In such a situation where, point number one, people have moved out, they have gone, but unlock 2 industries have to begin. How do I call back my people and tell them, you are safe, I will take care of you? The entire corporate management Gango is telling, please come back. लेबरर से लेके सॉफ्टवेयर डेवलपर तक सबको ये कहा जा रहा है कि प्लीज कम बैक एंड जॉइन वर्क. We are there, we will take care of you. That is why Yoshamic trains have come in. First it was to take them home. Now it is to bring them back. Right? First they went home. Now they want to come back. Because how long are you going to stay there without money, You've got mouths to feed. You've got to take care of your health. That is the most primary thing today. So in such a situation, the corporate lingo of resilience and empathy has suddenly sprung up from nowhere I would say in that last 3 to 4 months, being utilized like the word happiness, abused to no end. Okay. So what is happening is the corporate world is telling, we will start working. The factories have to start moving. We want the laborers back. We want the skilled people back. So please come back. So they are trying to be resilient because they want to start the industry so that the industrial growth begins again. India needs to move on the gears again, thereby resilient. Empathy, because at the end of the day, हम हर जो भी बंदा काम कर रहा है, whoever is, रतन टाटा से लेके मेरे घर का ड्राइवर तक, हम सब इंसान हैं. All of us are human beings. We have this inner need of feeling wanted. The organization wants me is a very big feeling. You cannot kill that feeling. If your organizational bosses come and tell, I need your help, please come in. I mean, you are elated that day. Suddenly, depression पता नहीं कहाँ चला गया, पॉकेट में पैसे हैं नहीं पता नहीं, बैंक में पैसे हैं नहीं पता नहीं, बॉस ने बुलाया, बॉस का फोन था. कितना चेंज ऑफ एटीट्यूड होता है. तो ये जरूरी होता है बॉसेस को समझना कि एम्पैथी क्यों जरूरी है. इसलिए इतने सारे कोचेस, इसलिए इतने सारे ट्रेनिंग सेशंस. क्योंकि आप सोचिए, जो हमारे उम्र के हैं 50+ वाले जो बॉसेस है, वो जब कॉलेज करते थे या फिर वो जब सेमिनार्स करते थे इन देयर यंगर डेज, ये सब कुछ था ही नहीं. ना एम्पैथी था, ना इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस, सिर्फ आईक्यू था. और हम सब आईक्यू पे राइड करके निकल गए एक्चुअली. लेकिन आज तो ईक्यू आ गया, आज तो एसक्यू आ गया, अब तो एडवर्सिटी कोशेंट आ गया. जिसका एडवर्सिटी कोशेंट जितना हाई, वो उतना इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर द एचआर टीम. इतना इंपॉर्टेंट, आप जितना एडवर्सिटी को अडॉप्ट कर सको, अडॉप्ट कर लो. देखो ना, आज हम लोग सब ऑफिस के काम घर पे बैठ के कर रहे हैं, सब्जियां काट रहे हैं बैठ के, इधर वेबिनार अटेंड कर रहे हैं. राइट? That's what I do. I'm chopping my vegetables, or the mobile is my pocket and I'm cooking and I'm hearing it. And my whole family knows that when she's plugged in, that means some talk is happening somewhere. But I'm cooking. That's the only way to do it. And millions of people are doing it exactly like this. Millions of people are doing exactly like this. There is no option for us today. Then somebody has to understand that Suparna is also cooking at that point of time.
Absolutely. Somebody else also would be doing the same thing.
Yeah. I also have to understand that XYZ, the person who is the speaker, is the only person in front of the mic. बाकी दुनिया वाले दुनिया की काम कर रहे हैं.
Everybody is doing work, exactly.
सब अपने अपने काम कर रहे हैं. ठीक है? And a fraction of it is being given to the mind. Let us accept that. The moment we accept that, then we become empathetic. Then we start understanding. So in today's world, corporates are telling that, hey, we understand you because we are multitasking. Engineers are making content. Software developers are trying to find out vendors कहाँ हैं. ठीक है? हो रहा है नहीं हो रहा? हो तो रहा है, नहीं हो रहा है. कहाँ है? किसका contact ढूंढो please. Right? Now we are so much into multitasking that the corporate world is telling, let's all understand each other, let's be empathetic towards each other, and let's start business. Let's start business. Money has to start rolling in. Business has to start happening. ये जो हम लोगों के salaries में 30%, 50% cut मिल रहे हैं आज हमको बार-बार कहा जा रहा है कि this will be given back to you once the world comes back to normalcy. Now we don't know when the normalcy is going to come.
Absolutely, yeah.
We don't know. But the whole salaried section of India is taking a minimum 30% cut today. A minimum 30% cut. Right? Now the 30% to everybody is important. हर एक का चादर अपने पैरों के हिसाब से बनती है। आपके चादर, आपके लंबाई, आपके पैर, आपके सोने के, आपके कफन तक की माप की बनती है, बस। उससे ज्यादा नहीं, उससे कम नहीं। So thereby the resilience, thereby the organizations, the management wants the sticking factor. Stay with us, sow the talk. We are a team, we are empathetic, we know each other, we work with each other. There are mails coming from bosses, right? Their bosses are coming, they're holding Zoom talks. Oh, what? How are you? Good, fine, nice. साले जब ऑफिस चलता था तो उनके केबिन तक पहुंचने के लिए 4 लोगों को मेल भेजना पड़ता था, हैं?
Absolutely.
Right? तो
Very
सोचो
true.
दुनिया कितनी बदल गई है, सोचो।
Very true.
Thereby the corporate world में ये दो words have become like Bible today. It's become like रामायण एंड महाभारत। इसी में खेलेंगे ये लोग, और खेलना पड़ेगा। जितने जितने हम सीनियर होते जाएंगे उतने उतने हमें यही बात से खेलना। नाउ टुडे nobody is ready to chuck the other person out. If they're chucking out, 300 400 people at a time are going out.
True.
Nobody is going out because of their personal non-productivity. No, not because of that. They are telling 500 लोग आज से काम पे नहीं आना, देखेंगे आपको कब बुला सकते हैं। ये नहीं कह रहे कि चले जाओ। It's not a pink slip. They are not throwing you out of the job. They are telling, sorry, we are not able to keep you along with us because the gears are not moving. Thereby, these two words have become so important in the corporate world today.
Very true. So if I ask, like, what are the qualities a person should have to be resilient, or and also I can ask, what should be the empathetic approach towards being a good person, or being a resilient and empathetic person? What are the qualities? What are the qualities they should possess?
Oh, Khushi answers or me answer, whatever.
Yeah, I think we discussed about it, having a never give up attitude, having a positive outlook towards things, being more kind, compassionate, understanding each other, nurturing good relationships, having good connections.
Okay, I understand this. But I'm asking, how can they learn? How can they, get these qualities? What are the things they should be doing? How can they develop this in themselves?
Okay. Empathy you will develop if you read. Okay. There is, I don't know whether you guys follow it or not, Humans of Bombay. There is an entire group called Humans of Bombay on Facebook, right? And they tell about normal things in life. Like Khushi, you posted something. जब हम बचपन में थे, हम walk करके जाते थे. We used to walk. Actually, in my life, we used to walk about 8 kilometers up and down every day through fields, rice fields, and there used to be a brook in between. When it used to rain, the brook used to fill. So we used to open our shoes, put it around our neck, wade through the water, go to the other side, walk barefoot all the way to the school, then dry your feet of the kitchen and wear your white canvas shoes. Mind it. White canvas shoes. Okay. But the school will never tell you in monsoon you need not need.
White shoes are definitely required.
White canvas shoes are definitely required. Okay. And what you wrote actually, in the morning, these kind of small stories, when people start reading, they start identifying themselves. Yeah. Like today morning when I read it on your wall, when I read it on Sajanu's wall, when I read it on somebody's wall, I was actually thinking, I also used to do the same thing, na? Till my brother came up, and I had a brother who was very young to me, and he wanted to go to school. Then we started reading this rickshawalas, okay? In those days. And then the rickshawala came, and then we used to go by a rickshaw, not hand-pulled, hand-ridden rickshaw, okay? We used to go by that. So when you read such things, when you experience such things, you see such films. How many of us have you seen Masoom? A film called
Yeah,
Masoom,
absolute
right?
genius movie. Yeah.
Genius movie, Masoom. हम थप्पड़ अभी हुआ था थप्पड़.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
Right now,
seen it.
how much you identify with it?
Yes.
How much you identify with it? That is how empathy grows. Thappad is all about resilience. That entire film is equal to resilient woman. Simple.
Even
Over.
Chichore.
Even Chichore. Even Chichore. Right? Till you see, till you read, till you internalize everything, and you're able to identify, you can never learn this. Because by doing a course on this, by doing a PhD on this, you cannot learn. It is impossible. You will have to learn this through your life, in your life, by experiencing, by being empathetic. If somebody, like I was reading a story somewhere where, you know, you've seen this Abhi Jo Aa Raha Hai, Dil Bechara, 5 feet apart,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Dil Bechara.
Yes.
This book was there in my home when
Fault
my
in the
son
Stars.
was, yeah, A Fault in the Stars. This book was bought by my son when he was in the 7th standard. 7th. Today he's in the 11th standard. Okay. And he read the book then. So when he was in the 7th standard, when he picked up that book, we never stopped him as parents. It was a romantic novel, but we never stopped him as parents. We have to give children the independence of finding what they like to read. So this kind of many books are there in my place, which my son has picked up. When my daughter was young, she had picked up. My daughter was young, she said, I want to dance. Please go ahead and do whatever you like. So you actually create a platform for your children. You create it. One of my friends, her son, she moved the son from a school to a better school so that 11th and 12th they can do very well with the help of Allens and this and that and whatnot. Okay. The boy stopped interacting at home. 5 months, 6 months, he does not talk. He comes home, he does his studies, he goes back to school. She called me up one day and she said, Suparna, I'm really bothered at what's happening in my life. I said, what happened? So this is how my son is behaving, yaar. I said, talk to him. She's a very strong lady. And within a week, she told her son that she went to the school, both the parents went to the school, took the TC and said the child will not come here, middle of the year. Middle of the year. Okay. And they came back home and told their son, you are out of the school. And he said, yeah, you're out of the school. So what will I do now? Do whatever you want to do. But talk to us. Sing like you used to sing. Go and play football like you used to do. And the boy came back to normalcy. Slowly. But this courage is required in the parents.
Yes.
After 4-5 months, he said, I never like to study science. मेरे को नहीं करना है साइंस. क्या करना है? ह्यूमैनिटीज. तो पहले क्यों नहीं बताया? हमें डर था. आप लोग मानेंगे नहीं. Parents are very well established. Doesn't mean that the child also needs to be that only, na? So this is what is required. This empathy of the parents is what is required. This resilience of that boy is required to bounce back and come and tell, I want to study humanities. ऐसे कितने, if you just sit back and think in your own life, you will find examples. Your friends, your uncles, yourself, your near family, there are some, but हम लोग सोचते हैं कि हाँ हो रहा है ना, होने दो, taken for granted. But if we just think about it, you will see there is so much of strength in that small little happening. So much of mental strength, so much of positive outlook, so much of thought process, so much of courage, so much of throwing out negative things. हम सोचते नहीं हैं इसके बारे में. हम बोलते टेकन फॉर ग्रांटेड. हाँ कर रहा है ना, चलिए स्कूल छोड़ दिया, माँ बाप के पास बहुत पैसे हैं, दूसरे स्कूल में लगा दिया, उसमें क्या हो गया. बात वो नहीं. ये हम देखना नहीं चाहते या फिर समझना भी नहीं चाहते हैं, एक बार जाके पूछना भी नहीं चाहते। अपनी हर एक की जिंदगी ऐसी है ना कि थोड़ा सा कुरे देंगे ना तो पता चलेगा अंदर की बात क्या है, और
Very
अंदर की
true.
बात इज वेरी वेरी एम्पैथेटिक बात, इज वेरी वेरी दिल की बात। ठीक है, हम जो ये दौड़ा दौड़ी कर रहे हैं दुनिया में, वी फील दैट सुपर्णा इज वेरी स्ट्रांग, सुपर्णा may not be strong. Suparna also has got her weak points. 100% she has her weak points. जिस दिन कोई कुरेदेगा, जिस दिन वो कनेक्ट होगा, जब कोई पूछेगा, जब मैं बोलूंगी, तब आप सबको पता चलेगा, right?
Very true.
all of us have this within us. So by learning, by listening, by talking, we learn to be resilient, we learn to be empathetic. Talking
Absolutely.
it out, listening it out, experiencing it out. Only 3 ways. पोथी पढ़ने से ना बनेंगे हम साधु इसमें, sorry.
And all these things without judgmental is very important.
Absolutely.
With an open mind and without any judgments. That is very important.
मुझे तो लगता है जजमेंटल होना ही नहीं चाहिए दुनिया में।
Yes,
मतलब
seriously.
ये सोचो कि हमको कितने लोग जज कर रहे हैं, हम भी वापस 100 लोगों को जज करें, भाई छोड़ो इसको, सब
But
अपने
human nature, I feel people, you know, ये हर कोई में रहता है, कभी ना कभी we tend to become judgmental. It's human nature. But yeah, we should avoid being judgmental. We should accept things with an open mind, and yeah, that's how we build empathy.
Let me tell a small story, okay, very small story. In our apartments, because of COVID, there are a lot of COVID patients within our apartment complex, okay. Suddenly one team is formed and the team is supposed to clean up कि आप पैसेज में साइकिल नहीं रख सकते हो, पैसेज में शू केस नहीं रख सकते हो, पैसेज में पॉट्स नहीं रख सकते हो। इतना बड़ा सा धमाल करके जूम पे इतना चिल्ला मिली हो रहा है। मैंने एक ही बोला, यार पूछो तो सही वो लोग बाहर क्यों रखे हैं, ये तो पूछ लो पहले। शायद वो 3 बेडरूम में 2 लोगों का फैमिली या 3 लोगों का फैमिली नहीं होगा, 6 लोगों का फैमिली रहता होगा। पता करो यार, 6 लोगों का फैमिली, 7 लोगों का फैमिली, बहुत लोगों के पास मम्मी पापा आए थे, नहीं जा पाए, यहीं रुके हुए हैं। 2 बेडरूम हाउस है, सोचो कितना कंस्ट्रेंड है। ऐसे में शू केस बाहर रख दिया तो इतना इतना हल्ला मचाने का क्या। साइकिल आप पैसेज में नहीं रख सकते हो तो नीचे रखने के सिक्योरिटी के बंदोबस्त करो पहले। नीचे साइकिल रखने से, बेसमेंट में साइकिल रखने से दूसरे दिन किसी की साइकिल नहीं मिलती है। क्यों नहीं मिलती है? कहाँ जाती है? सिक्योरिटी क्यों नहीं रिपोर्ट करता है? ऐसे चोरियां बहुत हुई हैं। आप लोग इतना हल्ला हुल्ली कर रहे हो, बट थिंक, व्हाई डिड दैट फैमिली डू दैट? Think that. So yesterday they came back and they said that there are 150 families in one block and they wanted to go and tell each and everybody. I said, why? Nonsense. You come to my door and you are telling me all this. I don't do anything. Please don't talk trash to me. This is what I will revert. मेरे जैसे 100 लोग और आपको बोलेंगे और आप ये 5 जन जो ये काम करने के लिए निकले हो, आप डिमोरलाइज्ड हो जाओगे। प्लीज पता कीजिए कि किनके साइकिल्स बाहर पड़े हैं, सिर्फ उन्हीं से बात करेंगे हम। और जिनके नहीं पड़े हैं उनको एक एक रजनीगंधा डोर पे लगा के आ जाओ, थैंक यू बोलते।
We just have one question. We just have one more question. Ma'am, one question from Deepthi. Deepthi is there since the beginning of the show. She is asking us a very, it's a very good question. Why do most successful and powerful people lack empathy? So she would like to listen from us that why do successful people, or I mean powerful people, lack empathy?
Khushi, carry on. I
am against it. I don't think successful and leaders lack empathy. I think to be a leader, this is the foremost skill he should have. He should have empathy, he should have resilience, and I don't think maybe a few might be there, a few leaders might be there, but as a leader, as a motivational whatever, to an institution, to an organization, as someone who is heading some organization, he must be empathetic, he must be resilient.
Absolutely. I think I would like to add here.
Resilience would be selfishness, I feel.
I would like to, yeah, I can understand that, Khushi. I would like to add one thing that, if you really want to be successful, if you really want to be followed by people, I think you need to have empathy. You need to
Exactly.
understand people, and you need to you need to help them whenever they need a help. Sometimes what happens, we don't understand, put ourselves in their shoe, why they are coming like that. Sometimes we also tend to react to the situation. I think these are few things. As a powerful person, if you are a leader, if you are a person who's there in that level, you need to have empathy, you need to have all these skills to be followed by people. If you really want to get love from the people, and these things you cannot deny to have it. What do you say, Suparna?
I have got a totally different take from what you guys are talking. Totally
Okay.
different. Okay. What Deepthi is asking is that why people, when they are successful, they are, what was the
Less
question? They are,
empathetic. They're
I
not
think
less.
empathetic.
successful and
Okay.
powerful people lack empathy.
Why does she say this question is point number one? Point number two is when somebody becomes successful, okay, if he has really worked hard for it, he has got a lot of self pride in him. Okay, lot of self pride that from scratch I have worked up. Then after a point, that success becomes plateau. Okay, then again there is a small plateau, then again there is a jump, and in that jump they are so mesmerized by so many worldly things. Worldly things मतलब तब लोग आपको सलाम ठोकने लगते हैं. People are waiting to meet you. People are writing mails to catch a glimpse of you. आपके 5 मिनट के मीटिंग के लिए. ठीक है? People are waiting to sign you up. People are standing in queue. The secretaries are not allowing you. There are barriers which are created before you. And when you are doing this, you suddenly are at the top of a triangle, of a prism, and you are on the top, and you are sitting there thinking, I am all powerful. Your powerful comes, your thought of being powerful comes because you know by saying that, please help this man with 1 lakh of rupees, it will be done. Right? In your mind, you have that thought process, I can help him by giving money. Or you are going, think about our politicians. Think about your politicians. They are some of the most successful politicians in our country. Okay? Some of the most successful politicians in our country are the most non-empathetic people. Most non-empathetic people. They have got numbers of goons who are trained by them to silence people who are against them. We have seen Vikas Dubey's death yesterday. Right? Supported by very strong politicians, successful politicians. Whereas politicians are supposed to be the most empathetic for their people in their area. वही नहीं है, power का खेला है. This is one side of the story. The other side of the story is as you become successful and if you are mature enough, if you feel my needs are just about this much and you have gone through a very bad phase in your life, I am telling it again, if you have gone through a bad phase in your life, then you cherish success from a different perspective.
Very true.
Then you start becoming humble. You start becoming humble. For example, अगर ABCL नहीं डूबता तो अमिताभ बच्चन इतना humble नहीं होता. एक रात में ABCL डूब गया बैंगलोर के कारण. He was supposed to organize the World Beauty Pageant here in Bangalore. And राष्ट्रीय स्वयंसेवक लोगों ने उन्हें करने नहीं दिया on the day of the ramp walk. Mind it. 2,000 crores wiped out in few hours. So comes the swish, comes the down. if you do not go through that thing, then you cannot understand. I have read an article by Jaya Bhaduri in Times of India at a point of time when ABCL was down, telling that as this day should not come in anybody's life when we are trying to keep away all the bad things from our children. They are in UK studying. We don't want all this news to reach them. लेकिन घर में हम पति पत्नी बैठ के अचार प्याज और रोटी खा रहे हैं. हम चाहते हैं कि ये दिन किसी के जिंदगी में भी ना आए, किसी की जिंदगी में ना आए. This is an interview which ran in Times of India. Okay. Now, success and power, these two things have got many levels. Many levels. एक होता है कि yes, I am successful, I'll help you out. Okay. एक होता है कि I am successful, I'll think when I'll help you out. Okay. और एक होता है कि I am successful, please send in, my office will look into what you want and then I will see. Levels of being successful, levels of power getting into your head. वहां पर empathy कहां से आएगा? Where is empathy there? You are full of yourself. Full of yourself. Self-pride then becomes magnanimous, folded 100%. Right? Wow. Thereby, many successful people are not empathetic at all. No, they are not. इक्की दुक्की यहाँ पर हमको मिलने को, looking at the population of India 130 करोड़, उसमें आपको गिन के 1000 लोग मिलेंगे empathetic successful लोग. धीरूभाई अंबानी के बेटा मुकेश अंबानी को कितने लोग पहुंच पाए हो आप लोग? जितना भी सोसाइटी के लिए काम करती हैं नीता अंबानी करती है, मुकेश अंबानी नहीं करता है, एक पैसा तक नहीं देता है. नीता अंबानी को कहा गया तुम अपना करोगे, अपना काम, पैसे उठाओगे, जो करना है करो. ठीक है, आप पहुंच पाए हो? अनिल अंबानी डूब के मर गया, मुकेश अंबानी ने क्या किया? कुछ किया? आप सोचो ना, जरा सा सोचो. सो सक्सेस एंड पावर, ये नशा इकट्ठा जब हो जाता है तब एम्पैथी पिछवाड़े से आउट. It just goes out of the back door. This is my take.
But it's very important as a leader to be empathetic, to be compassionate, to be selflessly helping people. It is very important.
Khushi, it is very easy to tell that I am empathetic, but it is very difficult to be empathetic. Yeah. I can tell I am empathetic. I can tell I am resilient. I can tell I will help you out. But are you really helping me out? Are you really helping me out? Are you there for me? Are you there for me? Are you holding my hand? How many of us are there? How many of us are there? Very few, very few. Very few are there in this world. बोलना अलग बात है, करके दिखाना अलग बात है. जो आदमी करता है वो बोलता नहीं है, जो बोलता है वो करता नहीं है. 100%.
Wow, 100%. Awesome. So today, I mean, it was a completely different understanding of having empathetic nature, empathetic skill on that successful level, or if you are in a powerful position. I can say I did not think in this angle, but yes, you have opened a Pandora box to a door where people should think about it and talk about it as well, because when you go to that level, you definitely tend to lose empathy when you get a success with power as a blend in your head. So yes, this is a completely different way to look that situation of not being empathetic in that kind of a space. So
it's a very small example I'll give you. There are many senior people in my organization who will tell, अरे यार तुमको कोई प्रॉब्लम है तो मेरे पास आ जाओ. जब उनको एक मेल लिखोगे ना, 10 दिन तक जवाब नहीं है उसका. आप मेल लिख रहे हो because you are in trouble. ठीक है? And they tell, we are there to help you. एनी टाइम सुपर्णा, वी आर देयर टू हेल्प यू। ब्लडी राइट ए मेल, 10 दिन तक ना व्हाट्सएप पे ना ईमेल पे कोई जवाब नहीं है, तुम्हारा बोलने का क्या फायदा है? हम स्केल डाउन कर लेते हैं ना, उतना सक्सेसफुल पीपल तक जाने की जरूरत नहीं। अपनी हर रोज की जिंदगी में देखते हैं, जिनको हम सक्सेसफुल मानते हैं, जो हमारे सुपीरियर्स हैं, जो बॉसेस हैं, जो लाखों रुपया महीने के ले जा रहे हैं, and they come on an open forum and tell, we are there to help you, write a mail to them, they don't answer.
Absolutely.
Then I am writing a mail to you, take 10 days to revert back. By that time my interest is gone and your equity of brand is gone. मेरे बॉस का इक्विटी मेरे दिमाग में से तो निकल ही गया कि बेकार आदमी है, ठीक है? सो बोलना और करना में बहुत फर्क है। जब बोलोगे तो प्लीज कर लो, प्लीज प्लीज कर लो, बिकॉज इट्स योर इमेज। या बोलो मत, बोलो मत, डोंट टेल, डोंट टेल, डोंट टेल। कोई बात नहीं, बोलना जरूरी नहीं है, जरूरी नहीं है, लेकिन मुंह से निकल गई तो निभा लो। इट्स योर इमेज इन द पब्लिक आई, वेरी मच रिक्वायर्ड। बट दिस probabilities are they don't have time, they don't have priority for you, you are not important, they have 100 other things to do, you are one small percent down the line somewhere, maybe the 30th in the corner. But when I am telling you, I am thinking me as number one, no. So an empathetic person will not see 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 like that. For him 1 2 3 4 goes like this. It's a horizontal frame, not a vertical frame. Very different way of looking at things in life.
Great. So we have taken 1 hour for the show now, and let's wrap up the entire session. We started discussing about resilience and empathy. Why is it important? And we spoke that it is not an influence, it is about understanding a person by putting yourself in his or her shoe. You need to understand that resilience and empathy is a skill, and it's like when you are working in a corporate environment, or when you are going to get interviewed by some of the companies which is coming for the students, especially for the students, it is important to understand that you don't get bogged down if you're getting not selected, if you're getting rejected by them. You should have that kind of resilience inbuilt in you, that you are fighting for it, you are being positive towards the entire journey. You have to also see that for corporate world, we are ready to take things in a positive way. Don't get disheartened, don't get think that your work is being rejected. It is not that. It is you have to approach things in a better way. You have to also understand that respect people, don't be a jerk. So we can say like that. Understand that you need to have some of the skills like grit, have positive attitude, have don't have negative emotions, don't show your negative emotions as well. These are some of the qualities which we should learn, understand from the depth. And also, when we are doing a lot of digital interaction nowadays, we are discussing so many things. This is something, a new skill which we need to have and understand that why is it important. Because how we can develop this empathy and resilience is few of the things which we can do is by reading, by studying things, by undergoing with some of the experiences which you have gone. Learn from your own experiences. There are we also discussed about some of the movies which are talking about resilience. They are talking about empathy. They are talking about having compassion about the entire thing. Some of the movies which we spoke were like Masoom, Thappad, Chichore. These are the movies which have spoken openly about these things. Also, we need to understand that learn to talk things out. When you're talking to your parents or to your boss or to anybody, be vocal. Talk whatever is there inside you. And also, for parents to understand, one thing is very, very important. Be empathetic with your child. Learn to understand them, what they are interested in, and how they want to go ahead in their career, their life journey. So I think these were some of the things which we discussed, and last we also discussed about why powerful people are not empathetic. So entire show was awesome. I think we discussed a lot of things. There, our audience who was there, they were really enjoyed the entire session, and they are happy with the answers as well. Suparna, the crown goes to you. Uh, Deepthi has liked your answer, and she was very happy with the answer what you gave.
Thank you,
Uh,
Deepthi. Thank you.
And
so
I
entire
also
show,
want to say, Suparna, every
yes,
time we do a show together, I have some takeaway from you, which I feel so happy about. Thank you so much. I wish to do some more and more shows with both of you. And yeah,
absolutely.
Suparna, you've been a great inspiration to all of us.
You just
Thank
value add like anything. I mean,
Yeah.
we really mean it. And I
Thank you.
really love to get you on my show and then talk here and discuss out all the things, whatever we have it in our mind. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much. Thank you so much. It's
Thank
so
you so much,
lovely
Kushi.
to be
Thank you
with
so
both of
much.
you. It's very nice to be with both of you, and I just love the wavelength that we have. And I hope someday we are able to brand this and take this out to the world, actually. Uh,
Definitely, definitely.
but for
Thank
all
you
the
so much.
viewers, thank you so much. It has been very nice. We'll come
Yes,
back again next Saturday, as usual, every Saturday. Let's
yes,
make it.
yes. Thank you so
Thank
much. Much love.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Thank you.